Chavis again. Another installment of the principle thing. In Proverbs chapter 4 it says that wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. But in all you're getting, get an understanding. I want to tell you guys that right now, a very good friend of mine, my best friend, is going through a thing right now. He's troubled in his mind. Something with me about a process that he was going through. It's a birthing process, and I really believe that this is a message for the church right now. What the Spirit was sharing with me is, so after Adam and Eve, after the fall of man, the Lord started handing out curses. And he handed out some curses to the enemy, and handed out a curse to Adam, and then he handed out a curse to Eve. And he said that he would greatly multiply the sorrow of her conception. And he said that through sorrow she would bring forth life, and that her will would be subject to the will of her husband, and that he would rule over her. What the Spirit was sharing with me was that we are the bride. The church is the bride. So there's sorrow, greatly multiplied sorrow in the conception of life. When our husband, Christ, the bridegroom, the groom to the church, when he starts to fertilize or implant or impregnate us, his bride, with new life, understand that grabbing a hold to these concepts of new life, conceiving this new life in your thought process, to change your thought process from your mindset, from the way that you had it before to the new way, is going to greatly be multiplied in sorrow. Understand that it's through sorrow that you're going to bring forth this thing from conception into the physical, tangible world. It's through sorrow that we're going to bring forth this life. But there's a good part, I guess, I'm not going to say that that's a bad part. I'm just going to say that that's the way it is. But the good part is that our will is subject to our husbands, and he'll rule over us. Why is this a good part for us, the bride? Because if our will would be subject to Christ's will, then we know if we'll allow him to rule over us, then we know that he says, I know the plans that I have for you, plans for good and not for evil, to bring you to an expected end. We have to maintain our strength in the Lord to push when it comes time to bring it forth to life. In Isaiah, he says that the time for birth has come, but there's no strength left to push. We have to maintain that strength. Our strength is our anchor in Christ. My dad said the other day, he said that if your soul not anchored in Christ in these times right now, you're going to lose your mind. Think about a seed when it's planted and buried under the dirt. You know what I'm saying? This thing, man, like Juanita Bynum say, this is a death process. It's a death walk. We're going to get buried under the dirt. And the dirt is going to surround us in all angles and squeeze on us and crush us until our shell is crushed and the seed can pop forth to be germinated. But we know God will add the increase. Be encouraged that it's supposed to be this way. It has to be this way, rather. But the end of it is bringing forth life, a new life. This year, the name of the Lord that He's elected to teach me about is El Chai. E-L, next word, C-H-A-Y. I guess in English we would say El Che, but it's pronounced El Chai with a little huh in there, right? El Chai. And He's the living God. He's the God of living things. So just be assured that what you're going through when you feel like you're breaking. Jacqueline Carr has a song that says, I feel a breaking in the spirit, a crushing in the spirit. When you feel like you're being crushed, you buried under dirt, and you're breaking, it's the outer shell that's breaking so that the life can come forth. Understand that this life is going to be brought forth through sorrow. Anchor yourself in the Word, which is Christ. And you'll be able to survive and come through that passage into new life. Be encouraged. It's my earnest wish that God be glorified, that the saints be fortified, and that the enemy be horrified. In your holy name I pray, God. All right. Talk to y'all later.